Hello, Shalom. Welcome to day 91 of Daily Bread. We'll be reading Leviticus 12, 2 Samuel 21, Psalms 92, Proverbs 1, and Book of John 8. We'll be in the Scriptures 2009. Leviticus chapter 12 on page 115. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, When a woman has conceived and has given birth to a male, then she shall be unclean 7 days. As in the days of her monthly separation, she is unclean. And on the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin is circumcised, and she remains in the blood of her cleansing 33 days. She does not touch whatever is set apart, and she does not come into the set apart place until the days of her cleansing are completed. But if she gives birth to a female child, then she shall be unclean for 2 weeks, as in her monthly separation, and she remains in the blood of her cleansing for 66 days. And when the days of her cleansing are complete for a son or for a daughter, she brings to the priest a lamb, a year old, an ascending offering, a young pigeon, or a turtle dove as a sin offering to the door of the tent of appointment. And he shall bring it before Yahweh and make atonement for her, and she shall be cleansed from the flow of her blood. This is the Torah for her who has given birth to a male or female. And if she's not able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, one as an ascending offering and the other as a sin offering. And the priest shall make atonement for her, and she shall be clean. On to 2 Samuel chapter 21 on page 340. And there was a scarcity of food in the days of David for 3 years, year after year. And David sought the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh answered, Because of Saul and his bloodthirsty house, because he killed the Gibeonites. The sovereign therefore called the Gibeonites and spoke to them. Now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. And the children of Israel had sworn protection to them, but Saul had sought to strike them in his ardor for the children of Israel and Judah. So David said to the Gibeonites, What should I do for you? And with what do I make atonement, so that you bless the inheritance of Yahweh? And the Gibeonites said to him, It is no matter of silver or gold between us and Saul or his house, neither it is for us to put to death any man in Israel. And he said, Whatever you do, I do for you. Whatever you say, I do for you. And they said to the sovereign, The man who consumed us and plotted against us, that we should be destroyed from the remaining in all the border of Israel. Let 7 men of his sons be given to us, and we shall hang them before Yahweh in the Gibeon of Saul, whom Yahweh chose. And the sovereign said, I give them. But the sovereign spared Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, son of Saul, because of the oath Yahweh that was between David and Jonathan, son of Saul. And the sovereign took the 2 sons of Rithshah, the daughter of Anya, whom she bore to Shaul, Amarim, and the other Misabeth, and the 5 sons of Michal, the daughter of Shaul, who she brought up for Adri, son of Bazareli, the Mizraelite, and gave them into the hands of the Gibeonites, and they hanged them on the hill before Yahweh. So the 7 fell together and were put to death in the days of harvest, in the first days, in the beginning of the barley harvest. And Ripsas, the daughter of Anya, took sackcloth and spread it for herself on the rock, from the beginning of the harvest until the late rains poured on them from the heavens. And she did not allow the birds of the heavens to rest on them by day, nor beasts in the field by night. And David was informed that Ripsas, the daughter of Anya, the concubine of Shaul, had done. And David went and took the bones of Shaul and the bones of Jonathan his son from the men of Yishbeth Gilead, who had stolen them from the street of Beth Shaham, where the Philistines had hung them. After the Philistines had struck down Shaul and Gilead. And he brought up the bones of Shaul and the bones of Jonathan his son from there, and they gathered the bones of those who had been hanged, and buried the bones of Shaul and Jonathan his son in the land of Benjamin in Sesla, in the burial site of Kish his father, and did all that the sovereign commanded. And after that Elohim heard the prayer of the land, and the Philistines were again fighting against Israel. So David and his servants with him went down and fought against the Philistines. And David was weary. And Yishbobeno, who was one of the sons of the giant, the weight of whose bronze spear was 300 pieces, who was bearing a new sword, spoke of striking David. But Abish, son of Senir, came to help him, and struck the Philistine and killed him. The David's men swore to him, saying, "Do not go out with us to battle any more, lest you put out the lamp of Israel." And it came to be afterwards that there was a battle against the Philistines at Gob. And then Shebek the Hizite struck Saph, who was one of the sons of the giant. And there was a battle with the Philistines again at Gob, where Elihan, son of Yarde Ogem, the Bethlehemite, struck Goliath the Gilead, and the shaft of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. And there was a battle in Gath again, where there was a man of great height who had 6 fingers on each hand, and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in number, and he was also descended from the giants. And he reproached Israel, and Jonathan, son of Shimei, the brother of David, struck him. These 4 were born to the giant in Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. Moving on to Psalms 92 on page 699. It is good to give thanks to Yahweh and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your loving commitment in the morning and your trustworthiness each night, on 10 strings and on the harp, to the sounding chords of the lyre. For you have made me rejoice with your work, O Yahweh. I shout for joy at the works of your hands. O Yahweh, how great are your works! Your thoughts are very deep. A senseless man does not know, and a fool does not understand this. When the wrong springs up like grass, and all the workers of wickedness blossom, it is for them to destroy forever. But you, Yahweh, are on high forever. For look, your enemies, O Yahweh. For look, your enemies do perish. All the workers of wickedness are scattered. But you lift up my horn like a wild ox. I have been anointed with fresh oil, and my eye looks upon my enemies. My ears hear the evildoers who rise up against me. The righteous flourish like a palm tree. He grows like a cedar in Lebanon. Those who are planted in the house of Yahweh flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They still bear up fruit in old age. They are fresh and green. To declare that Yahweh is straight, my rock, and in him is no unrighteousness. Proverbs 1, found on page 730. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, sovereign of Israel, for knowing wisdom and discipline, for understanding the words of understanding, for receiving the discipline of wisdom, righteousness, right ruling, and straightness, for giving insight to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. The wise one hears and increases learning, and the understanding one gets wise counsel. For understanding a proverb and figure, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. My son, heed the discipline of your father, and do not forsake the Torah of your mother. For they are a fair wreath on your head, and chains about your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not give in. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them alive like Sheol, and entirely like those going down to the pit. Let us find all precious goods. Let us fill our houses with spoil. Cast in your lot among us. Let us have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Keep your foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and they hurry to shed blood. For in vain the net is spread in the sight of any that possess a wing. But they lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone greedy for gain. It takes away the life of its owners. Wisdom calls aloud outside. She raises her voice in the broad places. At the head of the noisy streets she cries out. At the opening of the gates in the city she speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, would you love simplicity? And shall scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my reproof. See, I pour out my spirit on you. I make my words known to you, because I called and you refused. I stretched out my hand and no one inclined, and you spurned all my counsel, and I would not yield to my reproof. Let me also laugh at your calamity, mock when your dread comes. When your dread comes like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, let them call on me, but I answer not. Let them seek me, but not find me, because they hated knowledge, and they did not choose the fear of Yahweh. They did not accept my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore let them eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own counsels. For the turning away of the simple kills them, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me, wisdom, dwells safely, and is at ease from the dread of evil. On to chapter 8 of John, found on page 1032, 1032. And Yeshua went up to the Mount of Olives, and at dawn he came again into the set-apart place, and all the people were coming to him. And having sat down, he was teaching them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought to him a woman caught in adultery. And having set her in the midst, they said to him, Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. And in the Torah of Moshe commanded us that such she be stoned. What then do you say? And this they said, trying him, so that they might accuse him. But Yeshua, bending down, wrote on the ground with the finger, as though he did not hear. But as they kept questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, He who is without sin among you, let him be the first to throw a stone at her. And bending down, he wrote in the ground. And when they heard it, they reproved being reproved by their conscience, went out one by one, beginning from the older ones until the last. And Yeshua was left alone, and the woman standing in the middle. And Yeshua, straightening up and seeing no one but the woman, said to her, Woman, where are those accuse you of yours? Did not one condemn you? And she said, No one, Master. And Yeshua said to her, Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Therefore Yahweh spoke to them again, saying, I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall by no means walk in the darkness, but possess the light of the life. And the Pharisees therefore said to him, You bear witness about yourself. Your witness is not true. Yeshua answered and said to them, Even if I witness concerning myself, my witness is true, for I know where I came from and where I am going. But you do not know where you come or where I go. You do not know where I come or where I go. You judge according to the flesh. I judge no one. But even if I do judge, my judgment is true, because I am not alone in it, but I and the Father who sent me. And in your Torah also it has been written that the witness of two men is true. I am one who witnessed concerning myself, and the Father who sent me witnesses concerning me. Therefore they said to him, Where is your Father? And Yeshua answered, You know neither me nor my Father. If you knew me, you would have known my Father also. These words Yeshua spoke in the treasury, teaching this in the set-apart place. And no one laid hands on him, because his hour had not come yet. Therefore, Yeshua said to them again, I am going away, and you shall seek me, and you shall die in your sin. Where I go, you are unable to come. Then the Yehudim said, Shall he kill himself, because he says, Where I go, you are unable to come? And he said to them, You are from below, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world. Therefore I said to you, that you shall die in your sins. For if you do not believe that I am he, you shall die in your sins. Then they said to him, Who are you? And Yeshua said to them, Altogether that which I even say to you. I have much to say and to judge concerning you, but he who sent me is true. And what I heard from him, these words I speak to the world. They did not know that he spoke to them of the Father. So Yeshua said to them, When you lift up the Son of Adam, then you shall know that I am he, and that I do none at all of myself, but as my Father taught me, these words I speak. And he who sent me is with me. The Father who has not left me alone, for I always do what pleases him. As he was speaking these words, many believed in him. And Yeshua said to those Judeans who believed him, If you stay in my word, you are truly my taught ones, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. They answered him, We are the seed of Abraham, and have been servants to no one at any time. How do you say you shall become free? Yeshua answered them, Truly, truly, I say to you, everyone doing sin is a servant of sin. And the servant does not stay in the house forever. A son stays forever. If then the Son makes you free, you shall be free indeed. I know that you are the seed of Abraham, but you seek to kill me because my word has no place in you. I speak what I have seen with my Father, and you do what you have heard from your father. They answered and said to him, Abraham is our father. Yeshua said to them, If you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me, a man who has spoken to you the truth, which heard from Elohim. Abraham did not do this. You do the works of your father. Then they said to him, We were not born of whoring. We have one Father, Elohim. Yeshua said to them, If Elohim were your father, you would love me, for I come forth from Elohim, and I am here. For I have not come of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not know what I say? Because you're unable to hear my word. You are your father, the devil, and the desire of your father you wish to do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and has stood in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks the lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. But I speak the truth. You do not believe me. Who of you proves me wrong concerning sin? And if I speak the truth, why do you not believe me? He who is of Elohim hears the words of Elohim. Therefore you do not hear, because you are not of Elohim. The Judeans answered and said to him, Do we not say well that you are a Shamarin and a demon, and have a demon? And Yeshua answered, I do not have a demon, but I value my Father, and you do not value me. And I do not seek my own esteem. There is one who is seeking and is judging. Truly, truly, I say to you, if anyone guards my word, he shall never see death at all. And the Judeans said to him, Now we know that you have a demon. Abraham died and the prophets. And you say, If anyone guards my word, he shall never taste death at all. Are you greater than our father Abraham who died, and the prophets died? Whom do you make yourself? And Yeshua answered, If I esteem myself, my esteem is none at all. It is my Father who esteems me, of whom you say that he is your Elohim. You have not known him, but I know him. And if I say I do not know him, I shall be like you, a liar. But I do know him, and I guard his word. Your father Abraham was glad that he should see my days, and he saw it, and did rejoice. The Judean therefore said to him, You are not 50 years old, and have seen Abraham? Yeshua said to them, Truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham came to be, I am. Therefore they picked up stones to throw at him, but Yeshua was hidden and went out of the set-apart place, going through the midst of them, and so he passed by. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible. Talk to the Father.